During a new interview, Ryan Reynolds revealed he made the first move on Blake Lively and said he basically was just begging her to sleep with him. Let's get into everything he said about how these two went from friends to husband and wife. Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively have been a staple in Hollywood for as long as we can remember now, but there was a time before these two were an item. During a new interview on Jason Bateman, Sean Hayes, and Will Arnett's Smartless podcast, Ryan spilled the tea about what it was like when he and Blake first met. Their relationship hasn't always consisted of trolling each other on social media. These two actually started off as friends first, and when they met, they were actually dating other people.
Now, I met Blake on the darkest crease in the anus of the universe called Green Lantern.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we were friends and buddies, and then about a year and a half later, we actually went out on a double date, but we were dating separate people.
Ryan discussed that both he and Blake were seeing other people at the time, but always kept in touch, sorta casually. Then, at one point when they were both traveling to Boston at the same time and they were no longer dating other people, Ryan tried his best to convince Blake to date him.
Next thing you know, she was going to Boston, I was going to Boston, so I was like, well, I'll ride with you. We got on the train and rode together, and then
it happened on a train.
I was just begging her to sleep with me.
And it worked. Ryan said he made the first move and even brought out his acting chops to get Blake to like him.
I would use a little bit of tear stick so I'd get the tears kind of rolling, coming out. You can gently sort of put it underneath your eyelids, and then I would tell a little sob story about my life and about my hardship.
But jokes aside, Ryan went on to say that once they started dating, things moved very quickly and they knew they were the ones for each other.
Honestly, it was kind of one of those silly sort of like out of a fairy tale. I was like a week later, I was like, we should buy a house together.
Nice. Wow.
And they actually did end up buying a house together shortly after meeting. They've been married for almost 10 years now too, which Ryan said is like 45 years in Hollywood. They also share 3 daughters, James, Inez, and Betty, and if those names sound familiar, it's because they were all characters on their friend Taylor Swift's Folklore album. And at the end of the day, we're glad Ryan made that first move on Blake all those years ago and that they kept in touch even when they were just friends. The rest really was history, and now we get to enjoy their playful back and forth on social media, like this pic that Blake posted for Ryan's birthday last year. Alongside the photo, she wrote, 1. Who is the lost soul that selects birthday pie? 2. What animal eats their cake pie without first blowing out the candles? Ryan Reynolds, that's who. Happy birthday. I honestly can't believe we're still married. Here's to many more years of trolling to come. For more on Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds trolling each other, click right over here for another clever news video. Then hop to the comments and let me know all your thoughts on Ryan's story of how these two got together. As always, I'm your host, Renee Ariel. You can follow me on socials at Renee Ariel, and I'll see you next time.